You're live. You're live in this one.
I need your headset one.
Yeah, you need this one. Sure, this headset.
We'll move the laptop across there.
Yeah, I'll do it in a second.
Share the link.
Yes, I'm doing it. I think.
Technical difficulties. One person's found this. Phone 2 disconnected, is that? The post link?
It's posting now too. It's not. You see the phone now.
It's you.
That's it.
We're just laughing at the thumbnail of the video. We have a few people coming in, guys. We had some technical difficulties, so we'll just give it a minute to let more people come, hopefully. Guys, if you just comment, let us know you're here. Let us know who's watching with us, who's training with us. That would have been a good idea, Paul. I didn't think of that. Because we give it a minute or so, like I said, just let one or two more people come in if they're there. And yeah, I'm sure, guys, stick up a comment, let us know if you're here. Okay, guys, so we'll get started now. We'll see who else drifts in while we're here. We got a short notice, obviously had to move our class onto YouTube. I was hoping we wouldn't be back here until the Christmas special, but we're here for at least tonight. We're still waiting for kind of more updates on what exactly is allowed with sport and fitness and activity. So for now, maybe for this week, we'll be here and we'll see what comes after that. So plan for tonight is some striking, some strength work, kind of going a little bit back towards what we used to do with the YouTube lives in May and June, and working up a bit of the sweat. So we'll start off with our old school warm up. We'll go on the ground and we'll do some crawling, some rolling, some jumping, some back flips, all that kind of stuff. So we'll start off, guys, with our 6-point position, eyes forwards, and we'll just rock. There's the usual idea of getting some weight back over your feet and then shifting the weight forwards over your wrists. Bend your big toes back. And like we always say, you're basically squatting here, but horizontally rather than vertically. So you're squatting with no weight. So you get a good deep range of motion. You can keep a neutral spine. Good. Now we start to circle with the same idea. The opposite way. Good. We stay in the middle. So we're going chin to belly button. And we're going eyes to roof. Good. Put your insteps on the ground, so extend your ankles, rock your butt back onto your heels, take one hand behind your head, And like we always say, don't let your elbow move. So we want the movement to come from the upper back. So touch elbow to knee. And then bring the elbow to ceiling and try to look up with both eyes. So not just the eye closest to the ceiling, try to get both eyes looking to the roof. Good. We'll switch sides. Elbow to knee. And elbow to roof. We come up tall, we just take our hands to the side. We'll go to our S shapes behind our back. The idea is to kind of push the movement. Try bring the hands together, but don't cheat. Don't make any adjustments with your body. Keep your chin up. Keep your elbows back. Your hands can be on your head, so don't let this elbow come forwards. Any like little clicks and cracks are good. We take our hands to the side, we turn one palm over. And we're just switching here. So if you're not doing it already, try to focus keeping the palms facing up. Good. And we'll go back to our stomach. Bring our hands to the side again. And we'll go with our S's behind our back. So why we go face down now is it kind of removes any cheating. It's harder to move your body now because you're face down. Again, don't let the elbows touch the floor as you bring your hand behind your head. Good. We'll go hands beside our chest and we'll push up. So shrug your shoulders, let your shoulders come to your ears, and then do the opposite. So that's the position we want. Long neck, big chest, into the ground, and we come up again. So going for our stomach. Now we're going from there, then we're rocking back. Your butt back to our heels, moving forwards again. Push up, long neck, shoulders down, big chest. Rock back to your butt to your heels. Just a couple more times. We go to ball of our feet. We're going to lift our knees up, but keep them low. Rock back, and then we come forwards. Good. And we'll come up to our 6-point position. So hips are over our knees, shoulders are over our wrists, our eyes are forwards. Take your fingertips as far out as you can. Try your arm parallel to the ground. And take your heel in the opposite direction, the opposite foot. So you're not reaching that leg up, you're keeping your toes down, reaching the fingertips and heel away from each other. Come back in, we switch. So as you're doing this move, imagine somebody who's looking like a bird's eye view straight down at you, but they can only see the small of your back, your lower back. They shouldn't see any movement. It shouldn't rotate side to side, just stay in the same position. Down. Now let's go 2 on the same side. So heel and fingertips away from each other. Come back in. We switch. Come back in. We switch. Good. Guys, we'll finish the warm up with our forwards, back, side to side crawling. So it's a very easy one. 6 points, but that means it's 2 feet, 2 knees, 2 hands on the ground. You're working all the time cross body. Left hand, right leg, right hand, left leg. Eyes are forwards. About 5 steps forwards. 5 steps back. You're going 5 steps left. And you're going 5 steps right. So again, the idea, if somebody's looking bird's eye view straight down on your back, they shouldn't see your back moving. So take little small steps. So your hips aren't turning, your weight isn't shifting too much side to side. Good. Same idea. Lift up your knees, keep your knees like 1 inch, 2 centimeters off the ground. Again, very small steps. We lift up, knees low. We also got to see Paul, Amy, around us is there. To the side. forwards, 5 back, 5 left, 2 left, it should be 5 right. Good. And relax. We'll do one more. Okay. Last one is our bear walks. You're going to lock your knees. You're going to push your heels towards the ground. Try to keep your feet again shoulder width. So straighten up, push your heels towards the ground. Your heels don't need to touch the ground. We're just pushing towards the ground. Stretch your hamstrings, the calves out a little bit. And again, 5 forwards. 5 back. Good. So, guys, we're going to work on striking. So, we had, I think, 12 or 14 classes like this during the actual lockdown. And when we got back to outdoor classes first, and we got back to indoor classes, we started to strike. I noticed a big improvement in striking because that's all we were doing. We were just shadow fighting, we were striking, we were looking at body movement, we were looking at technique, even the crawling played into it. So, to bring us back there, we're going to do a little bit more striking again tonight. So whatever stance you fight in, if you fight with your left leg in front, do that. If you fight with your right leg in front, get to that stance. First thing to look at is our weight. So shift your weight towards your front leg. Your back heel is raised, not because you lift the heel, because you shift your weight a little bit onto the front leg. Take our elbows up. You can see here, when my elbows are outside my body, we're going to bring our elbows inside. So that's what it looks like from the front. But from the side, they're not back here. They're a little bit out. Okay, so that's the front door. That's where I think Steve wants to walk past. Okay, so we're going to work just with our front hand now. Okay, so front hand, boom, just a jab. So a little bit of movement. You don't need to stay too robotic or too much like a statue. I want you to punch, boom, and recoil back. Ready? Boom, let's go. Every 2 or 3 seconds, just throw the jab. And when you throw it, you're thinking 1, 1. 1, 1, 1. So again, little steps, little movement. 1, 1. Make sure it's not circling back, it's out and straight back. 1, 1. Keep the weight on the front leg. 1, 1. So continue punching. 1, 1. So this is number 1. 1, 1. In case that wasn't obvious. 1, 1. I'm going to stop you at a technical point, but I want you to keep jabbing. So the body moving behind it. So you're not just here. Boom. There's a little bit of a shoulder coming behind it and a bit of a recoil, boom, as you punch. That's 1. Okay, relax for a moment. Next one we're going for is our hook, which is number 3. Okay, so we're here, boom, we're throwing that hook, so the target is here now. The hook is coming, you hit, and pull your elbow back. So don't circle your whole arm back. Punch, boom, pull the elbow back. Ready? 3, 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. Keep going. 3, 3, 3. Keep going. So I'm going to do some technical points now. So you're punching 1, you're recoiling as fast as you can, but your punch doesn't come back the same angle. Comes this circular motion, then pull the elbow straight back. 1, boom, and elbow back. 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, now a couple of times 1 and 3. So in your own time, mix in between 1, boom, and 3. Let's go. 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1. So now relax. Last one, another odd number, 5. So now we're going an uppercut off the front hand. So the target is here, boom, you're punching up. Your hand is high, elbows inside the body, you dip a little bit, and we're coming up here, punching, boom, recoiling straight away. Body will dip a little bit, it'll rise through the uppercut, and you're recoiling. Ready? 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Now continue. 1, 3, 5 randomly. So your jab, your hook, boom, and your uppercut. So 1, 3, 5, 5, 3, 1, 5, 1, 3, 1, 5, 3, 1, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5. Good. All right. So front hand, all odd numbers. So people have been training in our indoor class. We've been doing some drills where we've been working these numbers. They're the numbers for our punches. Even numbers are our backhand, which will be so now odd numbers are the front hands. Okay. So we've got a jab. We have a hook. We've got an uppercut. If you think about boxing, using both hands with those punches, there's not much more. Obviously, if body shots, you different ways of putting together and moving, judging timing and setups and stuff, but that's the tools. Okay, so we're going to go to 2 now, which is going to be our cross, our straight punch off our backhand. So here we really need the body. It's not just a case of punching here, but I turn to the side, boom, you see that hip rotating, boom, through. So it starts in the ground. So think you're going to push a car. Doesn't matter how strong you are, if you don't have a good stance and good footing, it's not moving. So get a good wide stance, toes forward, hips forward, shoulders forward, boom, we're punching here. Ready? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and relax. Next one, we'll go the uppercut, which is 4. Okay, so we had an uppercut off the front, which is 5, uppercut off the back, staying with our even numbers, boom, is 4. So our hands are high, little lift, punch through, and recoil. Make sure your hand isn't just working the speed of your body. Your hand can move faster than your body can move. So accelerate, pull the hand out. Ready? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Continue now 2 and 4. Boom, boom. Let's go. Good. And now straight on to 6. We've had straight, we've had a hook, we've had an uppercut, we've had a straight, we've had an uppercut. Now we add a hook in. The target is here. Boom, hook off your backhand. You're hooking, elbow behind your knuckles. As soon as you punch, rotate your hip back fast and pull that elbow to your ribs. Ready? 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Good. Now, very quickly, 2, 4, 6. Cross, uppercut, up in your own time. Good, and relax. Last one on this, we're going to put it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? If you're familiar with the numbers, think of them as you're punching. If not, just think you've got 2 straights, 2 hooks, 2 uppercuts. So as you're moving, pump straight off the front, straight off the back. Hook off the front, hook off the back. Uppercut off the front, uppercut off the back. Just single shots for now. Let's go. So keep your stance, elbows tight. Good, and relax. Next one, combos of 2. Okay, again, people familiar with the numbers, think of like 1, 2. Think of 2, 3, 2, 5. What I want you to do is not always think left hand, right hand up. Sometimes go maybe left jab, left hook. left jab, left uppercut, right, bump, then an uppercut. Okay, so not just all the time left and right, put some combos together right here with the same hand, boys. Last one, then I'll have a water break, combos of trade. So again, think of all the different combinations. You've 6 tools, okay? And you're putting them in the combinations of 3. How many different combos can you get there? Okay? You can hit left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, 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 left. Okay? So try and mix that you're not just doing left, right, left all the time. Okay, let's go. Good. I'm back. Guys, quick water break. We'll come back. We'll work on to our strength work. Bring some of those burpees back in. And we'll get onto our rounds then. Okay? Okay, so guys, we're back in now. We're going to go to some of our strength work, and we're going to do our normal 2, 4, 6, 8. We won't do 10. We'll do 2, 4, 6, 8. So you're going to start off with 8 press ups. You're going to start off with 2 squats. We're going to go to the wall. We're going to do our bat wings, and we're going to do 5 burpees. So your press ups are going to go 8. Second round will be 6. Third round will be 4. Last round will be 2. Your squats are going the opposite way up the stairs. That's the good news. We're not doing 10. The bad news is we're going to introduce what we call 1.5 press-ups. So we've had 1.5 squats, which we'll also be doing. We're going to bring in 1.5 press-ups. So let's start there. I want to show you first what I mean. You're going to go a press-up all the way to the bottom. You're going to come up halfway. You're going to go down. Then you're going to come up. And that counts as 1 rep. So down to the bottom, halfway up, down to the bottom, all the way up. Okay? If you need to do from your knees, do. Okay? If you need to do an incline is probably better. Okay, so you can keep that straight body. Okay? If you are struggling, you can just do 8 normal press-ups. We have some people here with 12 weeks of online classes behind them. Okay, and a couple of months of training back in the hall. So I think 1.5 press-ups there. Okay, see. So 8, 1.5. Ready? Let's go. Bottom, halfway, bottom. Oh, that's 1. Bottom, halfway, bottom. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And you can smile because that's the most press-ups you have to do today. Next will be only 6. So we're standing up. We're going for our squats. Our squats are the same idea. Bottom, halfway up, bottom, all the way up. That's 1 rep. I'm only going for 2 now. So squat to the bottom, halfway up, bottom, up. That's 1. And 2. Okay, for our bat wings, for anyone who's not familiar, shrug your shoulders. Now there's no word for it really, but we call it an anti-shrug. Do the opposite. Pull the shoulders down. So big chest. Put your heels out in front. Bring your elbows in close to the wall, shoulders pull down. You see the way here, my body breaks at my hips. So I'm kind of this shape. I want to make a straight line from my shoulder to my ankle. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to push off the wall and I'm going to try to bring my thumbs right back into my armpit. So this is good, but bringing my body away so my thumbs end up in my armpits is much better. Okay? And you're going to hold there, a static position for 10 seconds. Ready? Let's go. Hips up, push your body away from the wall. That's about 10 seconds. Good. 5 burpees. Okay. With burpees, just quickly because we haven't done them in a while, what I like to see is every part of it fast. Squat, make a straight line here, in, and as you jump, boom, extend your hips. Go for 5 nice explosive fast burpees. Let's go. Good. And we're back to our press-ups. We're going for 6 press-ups. Down, halfway, down, up, that's 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we up, and we're going for 4 squats. So bottom, halfway, bottom, up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take it to the wall, shoulders down, heels out, and our back wings. Ready to push yourself off. Let's go for 10-second hold. And we relax. 5 burpees. Let's go. Good. Back down. 4 press-ups. Bottom, halfway, bottom, and up is 1. Just in case you forgot. 2, 3, 4. Up. And 6. Squats are remaining. Ready? Bottom, halfway, bottom, and up. Good. 6, back to the wall. Another set of bat wings. Let's go. Probably should have looked at the clock before we started. We'll start now. 10 seconds. Good. Now relax. 5 burpees. Let's go. And our last round. 2 press-ups. Bottom, halfway, bottom, up. Multiply by 2. Eight squats. Bottom, halfway, bottom, up by 8. Good. Wait till we get back to strength class and Brian adds a kettlebell for those 1.5 squats. Presses. So, heels out in front. 10 seconds, our last set of bat wings. Let's go. So really push your body away so your thumbs end up back in your armpits. Good, and relax. Guys, our last set of burpees. Well done, guys. A very quick sip of water. If you want to put your gloves on, we can, and we're going to go to a round of striking. Okay, so guys, the way we're going to work the striking today, we're going to go to 8 rounds. At the point of our training, after 12 weeks, I think we worked up to 10 rounds. So drop it back down to 8 rounds today. But I'm also going to be nice with the time. We're going to do 20 seconds. Be 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So you were working at some stage at 30 seconds on or 40 seconds on. So you want the work rate to be, quite high. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, mainly stick to the 6 punches we had earlier. Okay, your jab, your cross, your front hook, your back uppercut, your back hook, your front uppercut. Those 6 punches, put them together in different combos. Combos of single shots firstly, some doubles, some trebles, some fours. Okay, get them working all the time, hands up, all the time moving. Okay, 20 seconds. Ready, get to a stance. And let's go. Go. And relax. So guys, when on the breaks, keep your mouth closed, try to breathe through your nose. Slower breathing a little bit. 20-second rest and we're back in. Stephen's here, he can count around, so that's round number 1. We're doing 8. 5 seconds. Ready? Let's go. Stephen's going to walk across some of those cards in round 3 coming up. Five seconds, and we're going into round 3, 2, 1, let's go. On top. 3 rounds done. I swear the rounds and the break are the same amount of time. Doesn't feel that way, but they are. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good, halfway there. So at the breaks here, try to keep your mouth closed, try to breathe in your nose. You probably feel like gasping for air. A lot of times it's just really a habit. Try to just cope with that air hunger. Slow your breathing, slow your heart rate. 5 seconds. Round number 5, let's go. And top. Now close, breathing in your nose. 3 rounds to go. seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. On top. 2 to go. Let's go. Last one coming up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And top. Gloves off, quick sip of water, we'll come back into the stretch to finish. Good. So guys, with a lot of different ways of training, hitting pads obviously is a very beneficial thing to do. Sparring is a very beneficial thing to do. You're hitting targets, you're feeling the power, you're getting kind of good feedback. The thing about shadow fighting is you probably draw a lot more punches than you do in your pad work because it's just continuous. You have to wait for the pad holder to hold pads up, they're moving, there's a little bit more breaks. Yeah, you're hitting harder, but here it's just more continuous. Just go, 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 go. Okay, we'll finish today. I was going to go with the couch stretch, but I think we'll go with the tactical frog instead. Like, I'm saying that as if it's better. It's not, okay? But we'll work the hips out nicely. So, brand new that's not familiar, you're starting off basically doing the splits from your hips to your knees. Put your hands on the ground, walk your knees out wide, and then you bring your ankles behind your knees. So your hips are in the middle of your knees, and then your knees are at right angles. So you're pushing hips back and you're just rocking. Here. I don't like the new press ups that Paul, he doesn't like the 1.5 press ups. Wait till you get to 2.5 press ups. So we're rocking here. And again, try to keep your mouth closed, breathe through your nose. It's a good habit for training and just in general, for your overall like fitness and health. So try to breathe through the nose a little more. It's a habit just to gas through the mouth. It's probably something that's not really needed. So push your knees out a little wider. Rocking here. So you're working this, probably work like 30 times is a good number. Then go to your elbows. Again, every so often, just try to bring your knees out. So at the start, maybe if you think of it as like an uncomfortable scale, when you bring your knees out at the start, maybe it's like 9 out of 10. It feels very uncomfortable. But if you sit in the same position for a minute or two, it drops down to an 8, then a 7, then a 6. But the thing that's not nice is you want to keep it at 9. So here, this feels easy. Bring your knee out a little bit more. It's back to feeling tough. It's back up to 9 on that scale. That's kind of where you want it to be. Maybe not 9, maybe 7 or 8 is more realistic. But when it drops down to 5 or to 4, that's when we up it again. So we've been just working, bringing your knees wider. What we're going to work now is turning your hips over. So maybe shift your elbows forward slightly, drop your hip to the ground, and turn the sole of your foot to the roof. Push your hips back nice and deep on the opposite side. So when you think of like your roundhouse kicks, your turning kicks, your side kicks, this is what's happening. So a lot of time people will work that side stretch and they don't look at the other ways their hips are moving. Internal rotation, external rotation. When you do a turning kick, when you do a roundhouse kick, the kick, leg that's kicking is turning in, leg in the ground is turning out. It's not just about being able to swing your leg sideways nice and high. Come back to our hands. Bring your knees out a little bit more. Now you have a straight line from your knees across. Boom. Let's bring your foot in. So you're in a half kind of split. Now you can really push that foot out. Let's go back to rocking again. Now keep the same side and now just let your foot, your toes come up, let your hips sink back a little bit deeper. As you're moving, you think of turning that toes to the ceiling and bring them back to the floor. Switch sides, then extend, rocking first. You're gonna push that foot out. Like everything we do, you kind of want to be a little bit good at everything. So what I mean is, specialists follow one line, all the way down, like strength. We've got people training with us, guys, and again, fuck them up. We have people training us who are very strong compared to like the normal population, but compared to some of these, there's powerlifting, like they're average or they're good, but they're not like way up there. When it comes to like mobility, you're not a gymnast, but compared to the population of your age and compared to the general population, you want to be quite good. Kind of you're a jack of all trades to some degree, and then maybe like we've got one area that's a little more focused. We have to be an all-rounder, a little bit. Only specialists need to like focus on one area, but a lot of time then they have limitations in all the other areas because they put all their time into one part. Okay, you're not going to like this one. Lean all your weight on your hands. Bring both sides up. You can go to knuckles if you want, if your hands are too far away from the ground. Lean in your arms and then just rock. Dave missed the class. Don't worry, it'll be on YouTube, so you can get this stretch tomorrow. And Paul, if you want to do a second or third round of this, you're welcome. Okay, what I want to do is now gently walk back. Right, step your hands over. Right, come back to this V stretch. Just sit up nice and tall. So you want to keep your knees straight. A good way to do that is think of pushing your heels away and think of touching your toes to the top of your ankle. Sit your body tall. Just make sure that your legs aren't sort of naturally coming back in. Keep the stretch. And again, that same idea of the discomfort level. So at the moment, this feels like it's like 7 out of 10. Okay, so it's not comfortable, but it's also not unbearable. I can sit here, I can talk, I'm relaxed enough. Okay, you want to sit here for maybe like 2-3 minutes and then look to push out and get 0.5 millimeter and then just relax and stay there. This is a really good way to stretch at home, in front of the TV, sitting on the floor, rather than sitting on the couch all the time or in work. We just don't have time to do this when we train most of the time. So while we're here, I'll distract you guys and we'll just talk a little bit. So as we said at the start, our classes got stopped. Obviously the new restrictions that were announced yesterday. It's still sort of unclear how they apply to sports and activities, especially sports that had their own protocols in place. So we're waiting for feedback on that. Obviously, then we just decided we'll call off the classes until that feedback is there. And hopefully in the next couple of days, things will become a little more clear. If we can't train in person, we'll go straight back online. We'll try to do a little bit more online training we did before. Might get some strength classes online with Brian as well. Get all our instructors involved as well. So we keep the training because we've been flying for the last couple of weeks. There's one more time. Lift your butt up. Try to push out a little bit more and sit down. And you just turn that dial back up to maybe 7 or 8 again. Gently lift your legs, bring them back in. And this one isn't too bad, just knee it up and down. So I'm going to finish it now. Okay, like I always say, when you do, I always find when I do that frog stretch, when I stand up, I really feel how tight my hips are because you've stretched all in around here, you've been moving here, but the front of your hip you haven't been working. So 2 options, and you can do this after the video. Go to the wall for a couch stretch, or you can just do like more of a gentle hamstring stretch where you squeeze the glute, you push the hip forward, you tilt the hips. They're on some of our other classes from a couple of weeks ago. So that's it, guys. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Okay, if not, we'll definitely see you back here on YouTube. Check it out.